face your fears. So this is something that everybody struggles with, right? We're all afraid. We're all afraid of something or the other. Sometimes it's big, sometimes it's small. Sometimes we don't know what we're afraid of. Sometimes we're afraid to admit that we're afraid, right? But we all struggle with fear in some way or the other. And a big component of going on your hero's journey is understanding that it's all about just facing your own fears, right? They say there's a saying that courage is the first step to enlightenment, and courage is the willingness to admit that you are afraid. Um, there's a saying that a coward dies 1,000 times, but a brave man only once, right? Because a person who's afraid, who's a coward, is always lying to himself. He's saying that I'm not afraid, and he's dying internally. He's living a quiet life of desperation. And honestly, bro, I used to be like this. I think a lot of people are like this. I used to be like this as well, and it's a fucked up life. Like it sucks ass. Like you know, you're too afraid to do the things you want. You're afraid of chasing your dreams. You're afraid of talking to that girl. You're afraid of starting that business. You're afraid of picking up the camera and recording. You're afraid of this, and everybody has their own journey, right? But there is that one key moment where you just flip the switch, right? For me, this happened when I was, I think, 18 or 20, something like that, where I was just so unhappy with my life that I realized something has to change, right? Something has to change, and something has to change like seriously change. And the thing that helped me, like what helped me flip the switch, one of the key things was I just realized like I'm afraid, okay, and everybody's afraid. And it's a quote that Gary Vee said that helped me a lot, and it was, "You suck, but everybody sucks too. So just keep going, just get moving. It's okay." And that was so fucking liberating to me, and I want to share that with you. You suck, man, but so does everybody else. So do I, right? We all just trying to get better. We're all afraid of something. We're all don't believe anything you see on social media. Like, even if you go to my own Instagram, you'll see like this perfect version of me, this character that I have built up, okay? But this is me, right? Like, and even this version is not really me, right? Like, the me alone, the me with my friends and family, is just a facade. The me alone in the mirror, the version of myself that I'm too afraid to expose to anyone, that's who I really am. And if I go one level deeper, the version of myself that I don't even know, that has all these beliefs and fears and worries that I'm too afraid to admit, that little ball, that boy that's curved up into like the ball, that's really me, right? So on your hero's journey, when you're chasing your dreams, when you're trying to build your dream life, one of the most crucial lessons is learning how to face your fears. And in life, there's only two emotions: there's love or fear. And Machiavelli said this, and there's a lot of other religious teachers or spiritual teachers who have all explained this. But it's true, the two primary emotions are love and fear, and everything else is derived from it: hate, disgust, envy, rage, resentment. Everything is comes from fear, and everything else that's true, like peace, enlightenment, all that's, it's a variation of love, right? So because love is the only true energy, the god energy, the one energy. So we have to really, in every second, every moment of the day, decide if we are making a decision out of an emotion of love or an out of an emotion of fear. And the result of each of those two decisions is exponentially different, right? Fear is constricted, it's paranoid, it thinks the world is an unsafe place, people are out to hurt me, people won't accept me, judgment, failure, fear, like it's all of that. Love is, hey, I'm helping people, I love my life, this life is so good, everything is gonna work out, look at these fucking birds, they're so beautiful. Like, it's just an expansive, open, vibrant, free energy, right? That's love. And so in every decision we make, there is a lens that we have on how we look at the world, our attitude, our emotions in that split second, in that minute. And we can either choose from a position of love or we can choose from a position of fear, right? And these this whole love fear thing, you don't get to the position that, like, for example, where I am today, the me 5 years ago would have never realized that I'm choosing between love and fear every split second. But that me got to this point because I made that big decision, that flip the switch decision, where I was like, hey, I'm no longer gonna be afraid. I have one life, one fucking life. I'm not gonna live afraid of chasing my dreams and erode away. It's gonna work out. I'll die trying. Fuck it. Let's go. Right? And it was a decision of trust. It was a decision of trust in the universe, because I showed the universe that, hey, I trust you. I'm willing to go out into the unknown, and you have to have my back. And I know you're there, and you'll have my back. So that's a decision of love. It's a decision that says, hey, I know you'll have my back. You love me. I'm one of you. You and I are the same, right? It's unconscious, but that's what it says, right? So it's that decision of love. Every time I showed up in the gym, it was a decision of love towards myself. Every time I decided, even though I failed, I'll try again, that's a decision of love to myself, right? So, but that big flip the switch, that's the decision of courage, like, hey, I'm afraid, and that's okay. Everybody else is afraid too. I can do this, and I'm just gonna face my fear. I'm gonna face my fear, the big one, and then that's gonna open the door for me to face all the little ones. I'm still afraid of something or the other. Every few weeks, I'll have some new fear come up and I'll have to face it. But I know now that this is the game. It's just, hey, I leveled up, there's a new fear to face. I break it and I just reach a new level, a breakthrough of just a new version of me. Picking up this camera, recording this, starting this YouTube channel was a fear. The fear of being seen, the fear of being judged, the fear of being criticized, the fear of like being exposed, the fear of being lied about, the fear of nothing working out, all these things. But as soon as I realized, hey, okay, this is just me giving into fear, my brain fucking with me and making up all these weird things. I can do this and do the business at the same time. I don't have to not do this. Those reasons are just reasons of fear, right? As soon as I came to terms with that and I understand that these are negative beliefs and that this is just bullshit, I was like, okay, pick up the camera, record, film, upload. Fuck it. Even if it sucks, even if I said something I shouldn't have said, even if this happens, that happens, whatever, all these tricks the brain is playing with me, I'm just gonna like be like, fuck you. I'm going forward. I trust the universe. I trust humans. I trust people. I trust humanity. No matter how many bad things that can happen, even more good things can happen. And like the universe has my back, God has my back, and I have my own back. Right? I'm self-reliant. I can handle this. So it's that momentary decision that we make to face our fear that creates a completely new life for us. Now imagine you take a decision of facing your fear every week, and you do, that's 52 decisions a year, right? 52 decisions of facing your fears, each one bigger than the other. Who will you be? What kind of person is that, right? You can't even comprehend that kind of person, because by week 3 you're opening a door that you didn't even know exists. Maybe you're confronting a fear you didn't even know existed, and that shows you a level of courage that you didn't know you had, right? So face your fucking fears, bro, or sis, or whatever. Like, face your fears, because really it just opens you up to so many possibilities and potentials. You have such a massive potential. You are one of one. The universe created you as one of one. You're 1 in 400 trillion or something, right? Your thumbprint is proof that you are a unique individual. You will never be repeated in history or in the in the future, right? Like, it's never gonna happen ever. So you have you, and nobody can be you, and it's your job to be you to the best of your abilities. You are this unique individual here on a mission to fulfill his destiny and to paint the world with the colors of your soul, all your interests, all the ways of love. And this doesn't mean you're perfect, and it just means that you are a perfect being here in imperfect form, right? And maybe we disagree on spiritual beliefs or whatever, but you can't disagree that you have one life, and this life is the current life, and that you have to make the best of it, right? And part of that is facing your fucking fears. and that's not going to change. And everybody has fears. Anybody who says they don't have fears has the most amount of fears. They are the most afraid, and they are the ones that are just bottling it up and just like hiding and just trying so hard to get away from it. And that's gonna leak out. It's always gonna leak out. It's gonna, if you suppress it, it's gonna either explode, or it's gonna leak out into other people, or it's just gonna erode you away, right? It never works. It just doesn't work. It's not how we're built as humans, and it's not how we're meant to live. We're meant to live freely, openly. Like, I'm recording here. Oh fuck! Fucking truck. Look at that. I'm recording here. Yesterday there was a dog here. I could have said they bit me. I could have said they were like professional photographers who were recording like a bike video. I could have said, oh look, these guys are so good. I could have said, hey, this is a restricted parking lot. I'm not supposed to be here. You know, they'll find me, or they'll kick me out, and then I'll lose my spot. Or I could have said, hey, maybe there's a snake here, or like a spider or something. I could make up all these stupid reasons, right? And in the moment they seem realistic, they seem like this thing, and to me now it's just stupid. Like, it's like, what the fuck is wrong with you, Kevin? Like, what are you doing? But then a lot of people get stuck making those kind of excuses, and these are just excuses. Anything that prevents you from going to your goal is just an excuse, no matter even if it's valid. Like, my mom died, yeah, I can't carry on with my life. Your mom died, okay, that's very fucked up, that's very sad, and that's part of life. Death is a part of life, and you have to make peace with it, and you have to, like, that's a super like serious reason, and that's an objective reason. But it's still an excuse if you say, like, yeah, my mom died 7 years ago, that's why I can't do anything anymore. Like, of course you're using it as a reason to like be a victim and just call attention to yourself negatively. You could do it positively, right? I'm just giving you like a very extreme example. There's not much difference between an extreme example like of seriousness and a stupid example, because at the end of the day it comes down to the same result. It keeps you stuck. That's it. It keeps you stuck, right? So face your fears and believe that it'll work out, and be fucking a little bit crazy. It's okay. Life is just not meant to be this boring, lame ass, go to your job, what do my friends think of me, oh, I have to impress everyone. Like, dude, nobody cares. We're all gonna fucking die. Nobody cares about us as much as we think we do. All of us humans, we yeah, we all humans, we all think like, when we go outside, for example, that everybody's judging us, they're all thinking of us, but this is just anxiety and fear. Actually, nobody's judging us. When we go out, for example, what's happening is we're thinking how they're judging us. Like, we're like conscious of ourselves, and those people are actually conscious, like, hey, is this guy judging me? Is this guy looking at me? Does he think I'm hot? Does he think I'm fat? Does he think I'm this and that? Every single person is living in a state where they are worried about their self-perception. They're thinking that others are thinking of it, but nobody does. Like, how many do you remember, if you went to the grocery store yesterday or like today, or just look at your week, how many people do you actually remember that you have come across or saw, like, or met or talked to? Very few, right? Like, unless they were like ridiculously attractive, or like monstrously ugly maybe, or just had a very positive vibe. Even like dickheads that you meet that are like a little rude or arrogant, you forget them after a while, right? Like, but if there was that one person that was like such. Today is a hard filming day. I've had to take it 3 times now. Space got over the first time. Second time, the camera was murky. The first clip was murky, and now it's got cut 2-3 times. Lot of issues. But I was saying, even if there's a person that's a total dickhead, right? You forget them. But a person that was so positive, you remember that person, because it's rare to see such a person who's expansive and positive and energetic and happy. You remember that. It sticks with you because it helps you. You want to be like that, right? So be that fucking person in your life, and be that person in other people's life. Be brave, be courageous, be excited and eager to wake up and do something in your life and chase your dreams. And I know we all get stuck in a rut, and some even, I'm not like this all the time, right? Like, I get stuck in my bed with like potato chips on my belly and just I'm like eating, and it gets really hard. It gets tough and it gets sluggish, and sometimes we just need somebody to remind us, like, hey, get the fuck up, man. Come on, get back in the game, you know? So this video is that. get the fuck up, be brave, be courageous, start chasing your dreams, face your fears, talk to that girl, take that shot, start that podcast, whatever the fuck. Learn how to swim, learn how to ride a bike, learn how to speak, pick up the camera, tell your parents you love them. Maybe your parents never said it. Like, just whatever thing that is an obstacle, break it and break it instantaneously, catch it by surprise, right? Just don't let yourself think about it and get stuck, just catch it by surprise. So that's the video for today. Be courageous, be brave, face your fears, start living life 100 miles an hour, and most importantly, be fucking delusional.